Hi, and welcome to the Processing Playground. I'm here in front of my fireplace in the middle of summer, which I don't need. There's a lot of fire going on literally in the world and also metaphorically and symbolically. And a lot of times when we feel this fire and this heat, it can be annoying, irritating. And summertime too is a time of we feel we want to get outside more and embrace the sun and feel the lightness of summer, which is great. We want to play and feel joyful. And sometimes in that playfulness and joyfulness, we can get dark and we can shut down or we can feel stuck. And that stuckness often means that there's something that we need to listen to. There's something that we're not hearing or seeing. And so when that heat starts to come up and when we feel our resistance or we can feel struggle or irritation with ourselves or with other people, it often means there's a judgment coming up or an old story being activated, in the shadow. It's something coming up from our past in our old story that is just saying, this is up for review. So if we want to live in that light, we also have to be willing to sit in that shadow and slow down and be patient with ourselves and with other people. So I invite you or ask you, is there somewhere inside of you or inside of your heart or your mind or your psyche right now that is feeling like it's blocking you, or maybe where you feel stuck, can't quite see how to move forward? Instead of going away from it, which a lot of us are conditioned to do, can you go toward it? And even put your hand maybe on your heart or your belly and do a check-in. Breathe into your center and say, what is feeling off? Where do I need balance? Where do I need to listen to myself? And what truly do I want? What's my truth right now? Because when we're not in our truth and we're off center, we can start projecting and creating all kinds of fires. I've done this, all fires outside of us to get the big feelings out. I'm feeling sadness or anger or grief from an old story. So I'll create a fire out here and then I'll get that fire out and extinguish it. But then I'll be really hard on myself because I know better. So then I'll start judging myself and then I can start self-beating, which creates its own spiral downward. And we're human, this happens. It's messy, it's bumpy, there are potholes, and we're gonna fall down. So we also need to give ourselves some compassion and forgiveness, and to sit back, kind of track yourself. Ooh, this is my struggle. This is mine. To pull yourself back and forgive, and then track, what is it I really need? What am I trying to get out here that I'm avoiding? So that we're not hustling to get our worth met or fixed. We're finding it within. So when you feel that fire, and summer's full of fire, come up inside of you, right? There's a healthy fire. We all know the healthy fire, fun, joy. And then there's a fire, it's like destruction. Can you sit back and take accountability for that fire and really listen? What is it that it's helping you burn through? It's helping you burn through an old story, but we have to stop and listen and process and forgive or understand, and then it will resolve and we can see clearly onto the present situation, right? And then create a present new chapter from that clarity and from that wisdom and also from that maturity. And so when we say living in the light, it means that we are also able to acknowledge it in our shadow. And then we're moving forward in wholeness, in our totality. So I hope you find this helpful in the Processing Playground so that you can go out and live in that light, own your joy, be in it fully, and be in your truth, because there is no true love when truth is dropped. We bring the truth back and we are in true love of ourselves and true love of others. Thank you for joining me here on the Processing Playground.